There's a myth floating around, an urban legend that needs to be debunked once and for all. People think that if someone goes to the gym Monday through Friday, it must be because they feel like going. As if every day I wake up with an epic soundtrack playing in the background, with rays of sunshine illuminating my face as I jump out of bed shouting, "It's leg day, how exciting!" Spoiler alert, that doesn't happen. The reality is that most of the time, I don't want to go. In fact, there are days when just putting on my sneakers feels like a feat worthy of a Nobel Prize in human effort. But I go. Not because I feel motivated, but because it's already decided. It's part of my routine, my life. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't question whether you feel like it today or not, you just do it. One day in particular, I remember lying in bed watching videos of cats doing ridiculous things, and I thought, do I really need to go today? One extra rest day won't hurt anyone. Just then, my stoic mind kicked in. Oh yeah, and if every time you didn't feel like doing something important, you just didn't do it? How do you think the world works? Can you imagine if doctors, firefighters, or pilots said, "I don't feel like doing my job today"? And there I was, feeling judged by my own conscience, dragging myself out of bed with the same enthusiasm as someone going to renew their driver's license, but getting up nonetheless. The difference between motivation and discipline is clear. Motivation is that friend who always says they're starting their diet on Monday, but when Monday comes, suddenly chocolate has antioxidant properties that justify its existence on their plate. Discipline, on the other hand, is the friend who doesn't talk much but gets things done without asking. It doesn't depend on the weather, their mood, or whether Mercury is in retrograde. It just shows up and gets the job done. Another day, this one, was even worse. I went to the gym, and during the warm-up, I was already feeling like I wanted to leave. I did the first exercise with the energy of a snail in a sprint race, and by the second set, my brain threw out its best excuse. Look, today's just not the day. We could go home and come back tomorrow with more energy. You know what I said? Nothing. Because I knew that if I started negotiating with myself, I would lose. So I kept lifting weights like a robot programmed to ignore its own internal complaints. And in the end, when I finished my workout, I felt amazing. Because here's the funny thing. I have never regretted going to the gym, but I have regretted not going. And this doesn't just apply to the gym, it applies to everything. How many times have we put off important things just because we don't feel like it? How many opportunities have slipped away because we waited for motivation to knock on the door? If every person who ever achieved something important in life had waited to feel like it, the world would be a very different place, and not in a good way. So the next time you tell yourself you don't feel like doing something you know is important, ask yourself, does what I feel in this moment really matter? Or does what I want to achieve in the long run matter more? Because motivation is a whim, but discipline is a habit. And habits define who you are. If you liked this reflection, subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, but most importantly, comment on what you think about these topics and situations. What would you do? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next Stoic Reflection.